Hey, welcome to The Big If. This is episode 2, coming to you in 2022. I feel like this one's going to be a special one. Coming to you, as always, with my co-host, D'Angelo Hopkins. D'Angelo, you there?
Yeah, breaking up a little bit, but I'm here. Good to see you, buddy.
Good to see you, too. Good to see you. Well, hopefully this camera works out and that I don't go black and then Riverside on you and black and then Riverside on you in the with the feed. So let's see. What do we got on tap today? You said that you had like 3 or 4 subjects that you were interested in talking about. Could you list those off for us real quick?
Yeah, well, we could talk a little bit about my New Year's resolution and how that's going.
Oh,
You're
okay.
you're kind of involved in that in a way, so we can get to that.
Mm.
Um, you know, I finally have succumbed. Well, not succumbed, but I finally got the COVID. I made it almost 2 years without joining that club. I'm officially in it. I'm positive.
Okay.
I'm quarantining all alone, day 3. But
Oh,
as I told you before the show, I don't like to look at it as I have COVID. I like to look at it more as COVID has me. COVID has a me problem.
mm. Ooh, okay. I want to unpack that a little bit later. Right. And was there anything else that you wanted to just that was stewing on your mind lately?
Oh,
What's brewing up in that head of yours? You know, in a COVID-addled head, what comes to mind? Like, are you aching? Are you painting? Or
uh,
do you know?
I have no fever.
Is it a hoax?
It's not a
Is it a
hoax.
hoax?
I don't believe it's a
Okay.
hoax. It's a thing. It's a thing.
Okay.
But I have had no fever. Got my little thermometer handy. Been testing myself. No fever.
Oh, I like that. I like that. That's
Little
bold to
achy.
put your thermometer.
What'd you say?
Sorry about that. I was just wanted to remark that that's really bold and courageous of you to put your own thermometer results on camera so openly.
Yeah, I'm an open book. So no fever, little achy, really lethargic, not a lot of energy, no headache, little head congestion. I'm a little nasally, not too bad. Still got
Hmm.
taste and smell, but yeah, not doing too
Well,
bad.
that's huge.
That is huge.
Speaking of taste and smell, I wanted to ask you about a new toy that has landed in your home. And this toy, and we are not sponsored by them, folks. As much as I just want to that out there real quick. But this new toy of Kurt's is a black stone.
Ooh.
And if you don't know what a black stone is, tell them, Kurt.
Well, got a new toy. You got to experience that when you came in town over winter break, over New Year's.
Mm-hmm.
Blackstone is my propane fueled flat top that the great Brian and Jeannie, my parents, got me for a nice little Christmas gift. A little flat top griddle. So far, make some phenomenal street tacos. I think you and your beautiful bride got to enjoy the street tacos. Good smash
Chorizo, in fact.
chorizo, my favorite meat. Smash burgers. Here it makes a great smash burger. Haven't tried that yet, but we'll get to that. Good breakfast. Bacon, eggs, some hash browns.
Oof.
But yeah, I've enjoyed playing around with that. It's a little cold here in St. Louis, so makes it a little challenging to stand outside over the grill, but it's on my covered porch. I love it. It's good. It's great.
Is there anything you dislike about your Blackstone?
Is there anything I dislike about it?
Yeah.
Probably my only complaint, and this is not an indictment of the great people at Blackstone. Again, we're not sponsored by Blackstone yet. No free ads. But
Hey, I want just for our listeners of our show and anyone looking into sponsoring, I want to emphasize what my co-host just said there. No free ads.
no
With
free ads
that,
except for this.
tell me more about Blackstone.
Well, again, this is not an indictment of them. They make a great product.
Come
I've
on.
loved it so far.
Can I show you this sunset real quick?
Oh, please do.
Look at it. It's beautiful.
That is beautiful. What we're looking out. You're in the Napa Valley area.
Yes.
Just a Napa sunset.
Just a nice, pretty sunset.
Yeah.
All right, now we got car traffic. I can't show too much, and people are going to know exactly where I live.
Yeah, we don't want that.
And Sarah McLaughlin's people have been pissed.
Oof. We caught a lot of
We don't
flack
want to get
from
into
that.
that. We don't want to get into that. Okay, I want to move on from the Blackstone subject.
Yeah, it's great.
Because it's great. Yeah, it's great. And hey, Blackstone, if you want to sponsor, great, but no free ads, okay? But Blackstone, we would love to have you. And with that, I think we should switch over to New Year's resolutions because you kind of teased it up at the top of the hour there, at the top of whatever this turns out to be, that you've made a special, unique, really, and now let me just come back to this word, courageous
Yeah.
New Year's resolution.
Yeah, I
And
mean,
can you tell everyone?
yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
I
please.
don't want to label myself as a hero. I'm going to leave that to you and other people, but I'm not going to say it. But it is
Mm-hmm.
brave. It's something that I'm not. I'm not. I'm a simple man. I don't do a lot. At this point in my
You
life,
got COVID. You got COVID.
I have no. We talked about this. COVID has me.
Oh, COVID's got you. That's
Yeah,
right. We haven't really talked about that yet, but we'll get to it.
but I go to work. I come home. I go to bed early. I exercise. I do the cycle over and over. I don't do a lot. I'm boring, but you know what? Hold on. I'll be right back. I'd rather show you.
Oh, okay. Okay. Looks like we got some TNT hockey in the background for anyone else that is watching right now. I know we're
This
not
is
live, but
great,
this is
great.
an interesting scenario.
I'm
Oh,
walking away and just
oh.
hold on.
He just,
All right, I'm back.
I'm not quite sure, but I think what he's got in his hands there, is that
It
is that a
is.
saxophone?
It is a saxophone. My New Year's resolution is to learn to play the saxophone. I have
Ooh,
never, literally never, well, recorder. We all played the recorder back in elementary school. Other than that, I am not a very musically inclined person. I'm a sports guy. Never was really much into music. I mean, I can dance my
but
little
you
ass
like
off.
music.
You know that. I mean, you can
I know.
dance as well. Uh, but I love music. Yeah,
Nothing compared to you.
big fan of music. Thank you. So I told myself, I said, self, you should learn to play an instrument. And I thought, what is just a sexy, sexy instrument to be able to play? And I thought of a
Mm.
couple things. Piano. I think it's sexy to be able to just rip on the piano.
I completely agree with that.
But I live in a small house. Pianos, I think, are probably expensive. Not really looking to buy a piano and move it into my South City home. But what else is sexy? Maybe even sexier? The saxophone.
The
And
saxophone. You're right.
and then so I thought to myself, self, where could you get your hands on a saxophone? And it was a one-stop shop. I knew right away. My boy Jeff played the saxophone back in the day.
It was a long time ago. It was a long time ago, but second grade. My parents were generous enough to acquire that saxophone for me, which sent me on a nice 7-year journey through the ninth grade, through two music teachers and like a private saxophone teacher. And I kind of just veered off a cliff.
What would you say if
Some
I was to go to the store and try to buy my own saxophone? What you it doesn't have to be top of the line. What is that going to set me
What's that
back?
black piece?
This here?
No, on the other side of that,
This?
like between. Yeah,
Oh, I don't know.
I don't think that's supposed to be there, dude.
Oh, I didn't put it there. Everything is kind of as is.
But
Maybe
you pulled like the big thing out of. You pulled the big like brush out of the saxophone.
the big brush.
Yeah, I thought isn't there one like right in the heart of it.
Uh, I don't know. See, that's part of the problem. So
Okay,
I
okay. You know what? Hey, we're not here to ask to solve saxophone problems, but to talk about saxophone opportunities.
well, I had my sales. I had a little wind in my sails one night. You had given me the saxophone. I came home from work. I opened that
Ooh,
box and I thought, let's go. Let's fucking look up something on YouTube. Let's jam out.
yeah,
And I opened the box and I realized, oh shit, I have no fucking idea how to put this thing together.
it's got some
So
parts.
it has parts, and it's not put together well right now. I figured I would maybe talk to you, maybe hop on a Zoom or a FaceTime, and maybe see if you could help me figure out how to put this thing together because
Sure.
we got nothing right now, and it took the wind out of my sails that night. But it's my New Year's resolution. We're not going to let not knowing how to put it together stop me from becoming great.
I love that. I love that. As is my want, I want to segue that onto a subject about me and my New Year's resolution
Yeah, what do you got?
because I think what you just said exemplifies. So like, my wife and I on New Year's Eve, prior to having a lovely, lovely hosted dinner, we went to a magical place called Ruby Tuesdays, and had an inadvisable margarita to start the evening. But that's okay. That's neither here nor there. And we decided, as you do on New Year's Eve, to talk about our resolutions and what we want to do. And we started listing things like traveling and going, traveling locally here, like being visitors in our own town here, and meeting people and all this stuff, and like, excuse me, it all, the list starts building quickly. And on, January 2nd, I'm back here at home, and I'm starting to think about like, all right, what do I really like? How do I really want to approach this year? Like, what do I want to do? And I thought, I don't know. I don't know where I'm going to be this time next year, but I know how I'm going to get there, and it's by being a man of. Oh, ooh, hold on.
Double drum roll.
A man of action.
Ooh, okay.
Man of action. That's going to be my mantra heading into this new year. So far, it served me well. I've got like almost 10 workouts in for the new year, which is great. And we're working towards something. And I know this isn't quite the funny material that I think we were probably hoping for on this, but I just want to throw out there, instead of making a resolution for what I want to do, I just want to make a resolution for how it's going to happen.
I like that.
Man of action.
Have you taken any action in any facet yet? Like, have you noticed that you caught yourself living that mantra, putting it into action?
Yes. Yeah. We've got a homeowner's insurance claim that I'm putting in. I'm handling contractors. I'm, bidding out people for my logo, for my business. I'm trying to build a business, trying to build my website, and also trying not to stretch myself too thin where I get burnt out, by the end of January or mid-February.
Sure.
And by the time, daylight savings comes, which always fucks with me, by the time that comes, like something will be off or different. And hopefully, I hope, usually that's the case. Hopefully it'll be better this time though.
Gotcha. Have you found yourself having any issues with like seasonal affective disorder throughout? Like, you're in California, so it's not, here in St. Louis, it's gray, it's dark, it's cold, it gets dark early, it's cold and gray every single day. And I feel like every year it grabs a hold of me a little bit this time of year. And knock on wood, it really has not gotten me this year. Do you deal with that at all?
Yeah, for sure. And I remember dealing with it living in St. Louis.
Sucks this time
and
of
maybe
year.
I didn't like put the name to it. Yeah, but it was like January, February, like through like mid-April. You're just, it's gray, just gray.
Yep.
Here in Southern California, it's a little bit different. January is like wet and everyone is crazy, and well, it's not wet, it just sometimes rains and people go crazy. But up here, it's been nice. We've had some cold weather, like it's been enough to have seasons without the snow.
Okay.
So it's just cold during the night and, nice enough to run outside during the day.
Very nice.
So yeah, we're in a pretty nice location. But okay, so you haven't gotten sex together.
No.
But what were you, did you get to YouTube and you were looking things up?
I had the night I pulled it out, I actually had my family over, my mom, my dad, my sister, her husband, and they were pulling up some stuff on YouTube, but I didn't really, once I realized that it wasn't going to just be put it together, click into place, and within 5 minutes sound like Kenny G, it didn't have my full attention. I need to dedicate a night to really dive in, maybe take some performance enhancing drugs and just really lock in and focus.
Yeah.
Because I'm serious. I really want to play. I've got a couple of songs on my phone that are saxophone covers of like pop R&B type songs, and it's so sexy, and I want to do that.
I love that. I love that idea, and I love that. I love the idea of you with the saxophone too. I'm not sure why we didn't connect it earlier in life, because it's been sitting in that. It's literally been sitting in a closet for 20 years.
I was going to ask, when do you think the last time a set of lips touched that saxophone?
Probably 2000.
Okay.
The year 2000.
Damn.
So, yeah, 21 years.
That's crazy to think about.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that's crazy to think about.
That is nuts. I forget the last song I played, but I bet at the time I didn't know it was the last song I was going to play.
Lots gone on since the last time that thing got put to use.
Yeah. I'm excited for you though. This is going to be a cool. You just take time to suck at it like anything, and then all of a sudden you're like, hey, I'm going to put on this record, and then I'm going to jam with it.
Yeah. Well, hide your wives and stuff when I learn to play that, because it's over.
TikTok is going to wet itself.
At D'Angelo Hopkins on TikTok. Follow me.
Yep. And I don't have a TikTok, but The Big If does have a TikTok at The Big If Podcast.
Really?
D'Angelo Hopkins. Yeah.
My TikTok is the official TikTok of the podcast?
No, it's at The Big If Podcast, D'Angelo Hopkins.
Ah, okay. I didn't know about it.
It's a long one. I actually had to call TikTok and ask them to expand their character count limitations in order to make this work, but it worked.
What's
anyways,
go ahead.
No, you look like you were really onto something.
No, I was just gonna ask. You said you called TikTok, like where? That's not like a 314 a 636 number that you're dialing. Like,
Sure it is.
Yeah, it's in St. Louis.
They've got local chapters for sure.
Gotcha.
But yeah. Otherwise, who's going to keep track of the local TikTok?
That's a great question that I don't necessarily have the answer to.
I know it's not as simple as just tagging your TikTok with a location. So I don't know. I just want to make everyone aware that there's a local TikTok chapter in your city, and even in rural areas.
Damn, the more you know.
If the more you know, and the more you resist TikTok, the more TikTok moves into your rural areas.
I was hesitant at first when it first was kind of a pop culture-y thing, but I mean, it has taken me over. I fucking love it. It's phenomenal.
All right. I'm still not on it.
Hold out.
I feel like maybe keep holding out.
Well, I mean, I've known you for a long time, and if there's one thing I know about you, it's you will dig your feet in and hold out on something seemingly very innocuous for like, an okay reason, not a great reason, but it's, and I know you'll do it. So
seemingly innocuous reason.
The people, what you know what I'm referring to, right?
I would assume The Wizard of Oz.
The Wizard of Oz. I remember back in like middle school, high school, you absolutely refused to watch the movie The Wizard of Oz.
This is true because my grandpa. It was something to do with my grandpa, and I don't have many memories of my grandpa. But I feel like maybe he saw something late in life, and said he liked that or what. I don't know.
So you've watched it at this point, though.
I think I've seen it. Yeah, and there's people. There's a huge wine brand here called that sells for a ton of money, like $340 a bottle.
Okay.
That the guy's grandfather was the producer of The Wizard of Oz, and we've met these people. So I feel like I should know the movie.
One of the
I probably shouldn't drop those names on here, should I? The wine names?
No free ads.
No free ads.
We'll bleep them out in post production.
Okay.
One of the people from the Lollipop Guild, the Little People.
Yeah.
One of the actors, his name was Mickey Carroll. Mickey Carroll is from St. Louis, and I actually met him a couple of times at some radio station events here in St. Louis, and dude was something else. He loved telling people about that role, and he would lie about I feel like he lied about sleeping with some mob boss's daughter, or maybe it wasn't a lie. I don't know. But Mickey Carroll, this little person from St. Louis who was in the Lollipop Guild, I met him a few times, and he was awesome. Rest in peace, Mickey.
R.I.P. Mickey.
Yeah. Sorry.
Wow. No, not at all.
Non sequitur.
You brought it. No. What should we talk about next? There's so much to cover, I feel like.
Yeah, I had one more thing I really wanted to bring up, and
is it an if question? Because I think we failed to ask an if question. So can you turn this into a what if question just to legitimize the title of the show for 10 seconds?
Sure.
Okay, thank you.
I was kind of wondering, I may have brought it up off camera a couple weeks ago when we were talking, but do you think that President Biden, at some point has seen former President Obama's dick?
Can you turn that into a what if question?
What if President Biden has seen President Obama's dick? What do you think it was on purpose? Did he walk in on him? Do they have to shower in a bunker and it's just guys on a football team, it's just strictly business, or has he never seen it? What do you think about that?
I don't.
So
I think the answer is yes.
You
I
think
think
he's
let's
seen
just
it at
start off.
some point
Yeah, I can almost guarantee it. Um,
during the presidency?
yes, and here's why. I think that, these two are campaigning together. They
Sure.
spend a lot of time on a campaign bus and the trail.
Oh my gosh.
And you mentioned like kind of a football team or something. It's a little bit like, all right, tight quarters, but you probably smell, and
We got a shower.
I'm going to grab a shower, and I'm probably seen your bare ass 50 times, and once or twice I've seen your wiener. And the only reason it happened during the presidency is because of the re-election campaign,
Okay.
because they actually crossed over with the presidency. So what I'm suggesting is it only happened on the campaign trail, not when they were in office. What do you think?
Uh, it's just so hard to say. Like, um, yeah, you're on the road. I don't know how. I guess I think of a campaign bus, but I don't see them like spending a lot of time on a bus. If they are on a bus, those showers are only like squeezing one person in there. I don't know. It's tough to say. You would think at some point, he's seen it. Uh, yeah, I don't
I
know.
guess the real question is it affecting his leadership right now?
Something is.
I want to bring up a new topic, which is really another, not even new. We just want to hash it up, rehash. Uh, there I go with those filler little uhs again. Sorry for all of our listeners.
Hey,
I want to bring up a new topic, which is the COVID-19 worldwide epidemic. Um, Kurt, you have contracted COVID from a squirrel, a winter squirrel?
um, it could have been. It very well could have been.
Okay.
Um, it's hard to say exactly, but I got to think that's at least in play. It's in play.
Okay. Right. And you're on record as saying, I don't have COVID. COVID has me.
Yeah, I have said that. I went. This shit kind of started back in like February, March of 2020. I was teaching at the time.
Mm.
I was around 400 little pardon, no, we can cuss on here. Fucking little snotty nosed kids. Um, and up until the last week, I've steered clear of it somehow. And for the record, I am vaccinated. I've got both my shots. I have not had a booster, but yeah, he and I finally have crossed paths. It
Do
doesn't
you
stand a
suspect it's
chance.
Omicron?
I do, just because in all honesty, it just feels more like a winter head cold than anything. I still have my smell and taste, and they say with the Omicron, that's less of a likelihood that you're going to lose those things. Um, so yeah, I'm not too concerned. Today I tested positive Monday morning, so I'm about 3 days in, feeling good. I would say another 48 hours, it will have pretty much run its course, knock on wood, and I'll be back to normal. But like I told you in that text message a few days ago, I don't think that the Omicron knew who it was entering, and I think it realized,
Mm.
oh fuck, I fucked up, and it's
Mm-hmm.
trying to find its way out. And I wouldn't be surprised if it just turns rear and leaves, and pandemic over after this. I
Game
may have
over.
ended the
And
pandemic.
could you imagine if your blood is the only blood that could end the pandemic?
I'm the chosen one.
It's
I
exactly
could
that's
be. I
basically what
could.
I'm asking.
Well, again, I don't want to label myself as a hero or as the chosen one. That's for other people to
I,
say. But if they're going to say it, I'm not going to disagree with them.
but the steam continues to rise and rise, not unlike your fame.
I Yeah,
People in
it is what it is.
early polls. Let me tell you, early polls of the Big If indicate that you are leading the show in all major demographics. Did you
Leading the
know that?
show, what?
In all major demographics.
In terms of what? Who they like more or who they think is more likely to end the pandemic?
In terms of who they like more, both actually. Like I just did a Twitter poll, and you are the most likely person to end the pandemic on Twitter.
Out of the two of us or just out of everybody?
Out of Twitter.
Okay. I mean, it's a heavy cross to bear, but I don't know if you've seen these traps, but I feel like I can bear it.
You can. And I feel like you'll do it with a characteristic
Excuse me.
wit and character that we have come to expect of you.
Well, thank you. I look forward to putting this worldwide crisis behind us and it being completely due to me. So I do look forward to that. I'm not going to lie.
Who do you think would be actually? I've got two questions, and they're somewhat related, but they're not.
Okay.
They're offshoots of COVID. One, who do you think you would most want to be sponsored by after you're attributed with ending COVID for the world? And two, if the Omicron variant was an NFL quarterback, who do you think, which NFL quarterback do you think it would be?
Wow. Great questions. Both just phenomenal questions.
They've been stewing up here, and I knew I was going to be useful somehow to this project, and maybe it's question asking.
Well, I'm trying to think of a product or a company that I just really use a lot and give a lot of my time and energy and money to, and it would be nice to have them get behind me. Let's see.
Do you think the PGA Tour would give you a tour card if they knew that you ended the pandemic single-handedly?
I gotta think that, yeah, probably everywhere, but Augusta is kind of pricky. I don't think they might not let me down there.
Okay.
But yeah, I would think if anybody could put the pandemic on their shoulders and just heave-ho it right out of our lives forever, you got to think they're going to let me in those tournaments, and which I think would be great television to watch my dumbass go out there. And just because I ended COVID doesn't make me a good golfer. I'm a terrible golfer. And I always think, and I've said this before and I'll say it again, it would make phenomenal television in most sports, especially like golf and the Olympics, to allow some average Joes to participate, just to give the viewers an idea of just how elite the top tier people are. Because if I'm out there hacking it around, shooting, thank you. I mean, could you imagine if I'm out there trying to play Pebble Beach against Justin Thomas and Dustin Johnson and John Rahm? I would shoot over 200. No doubt in my mind, over 200.
I love this idea.
Or like, you're an athletic person, but I would love to see just how badly you would get smoked in like the 100-meter dash of the Olympics against like Usain Bolt and those Jamaicans. Like, let's see what an average Joe can do. And we would all fail miserably, but it would make great TV.
It would make wonderful TV, and you're absolutely right. It would almost make you respect the athletes more.
Sure.
Because you see what a distance there is between an elite athlete, not unlike yourself, and an average Joe, which is someone hopefully a little bit lesser than me. Oh, my wife is calling over here. Should I pick it up? Is this good podcasting?
Yeah, bring her on. Put her on speaker.
I don't know if I can get her. Okay, here we go. Hello? Hey, how you doing?
Great.
Hey, Court.
Yeah,
I want to let you know, you're our first guest on the Big If podcast. How are you feeling today?
Oh, my goodness. Wow. I forgot you were doing that. I'm so sorry.
Oh, not at all.
It's great to have you.
In fact, while we have you, it's great to have you. I know you can't hear my co-host because I've got earphones on, but hopefully the people can hear you in my earphones. And I just wanted to ask you, what if Omicron, the Omicron variant, was a type of shoe? What brand of shoe would that be?
Oh, a clog. No. Oh, no, wait. A croc.
A croc?
No. Something maybe a little bit more effective. But anyway, a croc. A neon croc.
Did you hear that over there?
I did. I was thinking more of an Old Navy flip-flop, but Croc's good too.
He says he was thinking more of an Old Navy flip-flop, but a Croc is good too.
Nice. Well, I'm so glad he agreed. Oh, well, you guys enjoy this podcast. I can't wait to listen to it later.
I look forward to sharing it with you and the entire world. Hey, and get home safe.
I will, okay.
Okay. Love you.
Bye, Corbin.
Bye.
It's always great to hear from her.
It's always nice to have true fans call into the show, especially when they don't know when it's being recorded. But we can bring them on live like this. It's one of the great pleasures of our profession, I think.
I never even thought about the idea of having call-in guests. I think we might have just opened a new door.
I think it is a feature that is in the rung above us. However, we could have people on here kind of in a waiting room situation, and we would just dial them in whenever we're ready for them. But it takes a little bit of the spontaneity out of the call.
Sure.
And for anyone listening, must be just fucking thrilling for you to hear us talk about how we want to approach the show instead of actually just doing a show for you. This
But
is
just
the
think
worst
about how good
fucking
it's gonna.
podcast that I think I've ever heard.
Well, just think about how good it's gonna feel for those people that got in on the ground floor, and when it's Joe Rogan, Call Her Daddy, and the Big If at the top of the charts, the people that got in on the ground floor and us, we're gonna be the ones having the last laugh.
I love your optimism, and truly, you're embodying my mantra for the year more than I am.
Hey, write this down if you need to. Don't go with us, grow with us. I'll say it again. Don't go with us, grow with us.
Don't go with us, grow with us. I love it. I love it. Where'd you hear that?
I kind of just came up with it on the spot. What do you think?
I love that. That makes me love it way more.
Because there's going to be growing pains. We're new to this, but we're going to figure it out, and we're going to grow.
And hopefully the fans stick around for the ride. I truly have no idea who in their right mind would listen to this besides maybe Danny.
Matt might, if he had a long drive.
That's true. Maybe we could send them a link somehow, so whenever they're flying back from Las Vegas, they could give it a listen.
Yeah, shout out to the Sugar Fire Boys out at the retreat out in Las Vegas that I didn't get invited to. Shout out to them.
Shout out to them completely. Although I just want to emphasize also, no free ads on the Big If.
No.
So let's just reduce it to shout out to them fellas out in Las Vegas doing their motherfucking thing.
The Brisket Boys.
Enjoying life. Them Brisket Boys. There you go.
Ooh, we the boys. We the boys.
Do you feel as though you have become a better cook since this new adventure you're on? This new path of restaurant?
Not significantly, but probably a little bit better. I get to watch the great likes of Chef Adam. Chef Adam was the one that presented you with your dessert. He does his thing back there. Had to take Adam to the emergency room a couple weeks ago because he cut his finger to the bone. Shout out Chef Adam for losing a pinky for the job.
What up, Chef Adam? Thanks for that. Thanks for that ravioli, homie.
The sous chefs, the great Toker. He's phenomenal. Fucking love that guy. Dice is a hell of an onion, and other things too. His BFF Ryan. I've watched those boys. I see the back of the house, like Juan and Juan Dos, doing their thing, working the grill. I have become better.
La Parrilla,
see. They know their thing. And you know what? You know what I fucking loved about this job? Well, I like a lot about it, but it was really fun the day that these Hispanics in the back of the house realized that this gringo can habla español. I think I got some street cred immediately when they realized we can't talk shit about this guy in our native tongue. He's going to know what we're saying.
Sí, el crédito de calle.
Sí. Soy el jefe.
Oh.
Actually, yeah, we'll talk about that another time.
Save
it for the pod.
Save it for the pod.
That's true.
Jefe. What else? Is this? How are we doing? I don't even know how much time we've got. How much time are we on for? This doesn't. People.
The top of my screen says 41:58. 42 minutes.
Ooh,
covered a lot.
Minutes. That's a healthy one. We did cover a lot. What else? I feel like we haven't talked about life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, or we haven't talked about video games, and we didn't really cover sports that much, or who. You know what? Let me ask one last what if question.
Yeah. Hold on, real quick. Joe Burrow, to answer a question from about 10 minutes ago when you asked which quarter.
You think Joe Burrow is the Omicron of NFL quarterbacks?
Yeah, I do. I really do.
In that he's the sort of headache kind of weakling type of thing, or that he's sort of just the next coming?
He's like an up-and-comer. He's new on the scene. He's hot. He's right now. He's very oh, man, I had a good line there, but I blew it because I can't think of the name. What was Ben Stiller's character in Zoolander? Then Owen Wilson.
Mephisto or something? I don't know.
Maybe Hansel? See, I blew it because I didn't have the name on the tip of my tongue. But, yeah, I think it's Joe Burrow. He's hot. He's right now. He'll get you. He will get you.
I love what he's doing there in Cincinnati.
I'm kind of rooting for them. I like Jamar Chase.
I,
When nobody's watching
yeah,
at home, I draw the sheets and I practice doing the gritty. Do you know what the gritty is?
yeah, yeah. OBJ did the gritty in the end zone here here in LA.
In Los Angeles?
You know what? Yeah, I'm gonna strike that back from the record because I don't think it landed well with my audience or my co-host. So let's focus on the gritty from Jamar Chase.
Yeah, I'm rooting for Cincinnati. Bingle up. I don't think that's what they say, but bingle up.
I think they say Bengal on.
Then bingle on.
I don't know what they say. I know that isn't there? Is it like a Welcome to the Jungle situation that they've got going there, like the Jaguars?
I really have no idea. I don't. Yeah, if I'm gonna get on the bandwagon, I need to figure some of this stuff out.
Last question, and it's not a what if question. It's more. Do you remember how easy it is to make fun of our high school's name and mascot as far as wordplay goes?
Yeah.
I don't even want to say it.
No.
But I would say, let me throw out a new one. The Jag. Why are you even watching me?
No. Immediately no.
Hold on. Let me bring out the media and see if I can find some sort of booing. There's no booing.
That's fine. We're gonna keep it positive.
Okay. What is this? Can I try just one or two others? This one's called Transition 5.
Yeah. Ooh, it's time for Stone Cold Locks of the Week.
Ooh. Oh,
yeah, that was
like
if we're on SportsCenter and we're really getting ready to just tell you what's about to happen in Wild Card Weekend.
Okay, here's...
What else you got? Hit me with another one.
Kind of a similar situation there.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
It's time to slap your mama.
That sounds like a local news, and next I'm going to tell you about a real serious situation, like a tease right before they cut to break.
This time in local news.
Hit me with that transition too again. And coming up after the break, have you heard of the fluoronavirus? We'll talk about it. Yeah, thank you.
No, wait, that doesn't. There's just a couple more things. There's an intro music situation, but it says Riverside.fm. I don't really like that. Won't play for me.
This is something we probably should test it off the air.
You know, you're right. I'm going to stop wasting everybody's time. Whether you have invited us in during your commute home, during your commute to work, if you're unemployed, congratulations. If you're unemployed,
get a job.
Not by choice. I'm sorry. Get a job. And I don't know. However, you're finding time to listen to this total shit. Just try to make something of your life, and we'll hopefully see you on episode 56 when we're finally got our shit together, and I'm working this whole situation much better. Until then,
that's so fucking hacky.
Thanks for listening to The Big If. My name is Jeff.
My name's Kurt. Goodbye. Thanks for tuning in.
Bye.